We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. It takes all that long.
Wow.
Woo! 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 Put on the brakes. Welcome, welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, kings and queens of the Northeast Kingdom.
Can you hear me?
Woodchucks and chuckettes, hoofties, poofties, bung-eyed heifers, y'all welcome here to another version of It's News to Us. That's right. We're Newport's oldest TV news watchers now, and we got adult themes and adult language. It's rated SC for some cussing, so if you don't like it, change the friggin' channel now! And, well, you got anything to sell, Andy, this week?
Yeah, Formula One. Watch it now. Watch Formula One. Watch it. Oh, can I tell where it's on NBC Sports Network?
Yeah, I've always.
I'm an NBC product.
The only. It's funny, Andy, that you mentioned it. The only sports I really enjoyed were either winter sports or racing, motorsports. Maybe it was growing up the son of a motorhead. I don't know.
Red Bull got caught cheating. Yay.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Too bad.
DQ'd. First time in 4 years they didn't get any points.
What about the Brown Bull?
The Brown Bull?
He stood out in the field with.
Oh God, you're not funny. The Nelsons are cool. Go, Doug. Get more money and stuff.
Don't mind the dog. He's a Palestinian. And look at this, Andy, right off the bat. Look at this. An artist rendering of NC Bio. It's all coming, Joe. Yeah, here it is.
I'm going to move into that artist rendering. I'm going to live in the lobby.
Yeah, with me and my voices in my head.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I don't know. I think
Bio, huh?
You dragged this up. This is from off the net, remember?
Oh.
Yeah. Pharmaceutical jobs. This is from 2011. It's a press release. Thank you, Patty. NC Bio gears up for new biotech jobs in the U.S. And this is from August 9 of 2011. Okay?
2011. Coming up real soon.
Yeah, to a theater near you.
Yep.
A new biotech manufacturing research in Newport City has emerged that NC Bio is gearing up. We will raise money over the next 6 months, beginning in 2012. We will start construction here. And that will probably take us into the better part of 2012 will be construction. By 2013, we should be operating and running, said little Billy Stinker.
And they're gonna be.
Wait a minute. Isn't it 2014, Andy?
That only on my side of the street.
I don't know. Forgive me. There's a calendar. Some here. It's
no, calendar doesn't work. Ain't plugged in.
Yeah, it was October 2009 when Stinker and NC Bio gained approval as an EB-5 grant-sucking chair-warming agency. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be there, all right. Yep, we're going to be starting. By 2013, we'll be operating and running.
Yep, they're going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
On hand for the formal announcement were U.S. Senator Patrick Batshit Palmer Leahy.
And looks so good nowadays.
And Governor Peter Shummy. Yeah, he's got that big old W.C. Fields nose going, Andy. Mm-hmm. And it's not from being out in the sun, I don't think. Too many cocktails in Georgetown, Senator?
Probably because it's got a new motto, do your own thing.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, get it while you can. How about that one?
Fox News has reported that climate change is 14th on y'all's list of stuff that matters.
Oh, man. We're screwed, dude. We're screwed. You people know what methane hydrate is? Well, yeah, I mean, we've lived a long and full life, but, pity the poor kids, man.
Why don't?
Anyways, we've known this since Carl Sagan warned us about it. Carl Sagan, the guy who did Cosmos, yeah, he's dead now, bless his heart. he did the modeling. Ironically, we're running the Cosmos the series, our solar system right here on the green screen.
That's the moon.
There's Mars in the background,
That's
isn't it?
Mars.
Yeah, we've already made it to Mars. Anyways, it's like he warned us. Okay, he developed a model a computer model to check out the winds in case we ever had a nuclear exchange. What would happen? Where would be safe? Whatever. I don't know.
Singapore.
Yeah. Malaysia.
In the basement.
Stay off the 777s. So, anyways. He took this. Him and the other climate scientists got together, and they noticed that the models and the CO2 levels were rising, and and they got Al Gore's ear, but the Supreme Court didn't like that one, and we got little Bushy Bush and Cheney in there, and
you can't. Al was a wuss. He didn't even bring decent lawyers to the case. He didn't try. He walked off.
Yeah. He should have
won that.
The biggest constitutional challenge since Jefferson kicked John Adams' ass. It went to the 32nd ballot in the U.S. Senate in 1800. Remember that one?
Election?
Yeah.
Yeah, wrong guy won that too.
Oh man, well, Adams was talking to himself. He was like Nixon, dude. He's bumping into stuff around the White House. Oh man, come on. I beg to differ.
What?
Boy, have I got a book for you then.
You don't think Jefferson's like the worst president ever? Next to Kennedy. Well, they're really bad.
Well, why do you think they put him on the nickel? Yeah, it was because of his concubine there, or whatever, Sally Hemings.
Yeah.
But anyways, what are we?
More term than anybody but Harding.
And speaking of which, yeah, remember Nan Breton, for those of you that love history, speaking of Jefferson and growing hemp and all, Andy, guess what? The FBI balks at background checks. Can you believe it? What does FBI stand for?
I don't know.
Fools beneath integrity, maybe? Something like that?
Front something.
Yeah, fronting...
benign. I don't know what the I stands for.
Interrogation. The FBI is refusing to run nationwide background checks on people applying to run legal weed businesses in Washington state, even though it conducted similar checks in Colorado. A discrepancy that illustrates the quandary the Justice Department faces as the states begin experimenting. Oh, yeah. You know what?
They're really torn.
And we've got I've got a thing here too about the local rump swabs bitching about Shummy's attitude to weed too. Hey, you know what? Get over it, you people. We're sick of it. Okay, we are sick of it. And it's like. You Republicans or conservatives, whatever you're calling yourself these days, you got to bend over and you got to take it like former Senator Larry Craig. Remember him, the guy with the wide stance who was picking up guys?
I don't think he was.
Happily married guy. Well, they busted him for it.
They were hunting him.
No, he just had a wide stance. Remember that?
How many senators got arrested besides him?
Yeah, bend over and take it like Larry Craig, man. Ah, here we are. Here's another one from the same paper. Vow to review deportation.
That's a show.
Carries risk. Yeah, you could be bitching about Obama. He's sent 2 million Mexicans home. You know what? There's 9 million more to go. Good job.
What? He sent 2 of them home?
Yeah, 2 million. 2 million and counting, and broken families. Look at that, Andy. Can you believe it? You come into a country illegally and they'd send you home. Yeah, try it in Mexico, man. Try it in Mexico.
Try what?
Working down there, living down there without a visa.
Ford moved their factory. What are they going to do now?
Well, yeah, I'm sure they got visas for all their superintendents and everybody. I'll tell you what. I've known people who went down there and just surfed during the day and helped the fishermen and stuff in the early morning and late at night, just for a place to roof over their heads so that they could surf, Mm-hmm. And the Mexicans were happy to have the free help, It's like, sure, I got a gringo living in my shed. All he wants to do is surf all the time. And, next thing you know, here comes the JPs, and they're all like, oh, no, you go back home, gringo. You got no cedula. Try it down there, man. Try it down there.
4 months.
I lived down there for about 6 months one time, 8 months, something like that. Yeah, this is from
Didn't throw you out, did they?
Saturday's paper. No, because I had money and I wasn't working. I would collect it after my bike accident. This is from Saturday's paper. Vermont police governor appears tolerant of marijuana. Oh, yeah. You know what? Go, Shummy. You know, we're sick of a bunch of angry old drunks and badges, you know. We don't need no stinking badges. We've had it, okay? You know, get off the weed, go do some real work, like, I don't know, maybe learn how to take fingerprints and do B&Es and actually run down some cases. It's been, 10 years since Brianna Maitland's disappeared. Well, we won't even go there. Yeah, this is a Vermont piggy organization say that Governor Peter Shumbag's administration appears tolerant of marijuana. The Vermont Association of Chiefs of Police, the Vermont Sheriff's Association, and the Vermont Police Association sent out a statement on Friday saying they're united in the effort against efforts for marijuana legalization and any proposed increases to marijuana dispensaries. Governor Peter Shumlin sent a letter Thursday to the association, said he was open to discussion, but he would not make a decision without examining all the facts. Go Shummy, we got your back, okay?
He ain't gonna do dick. He ain't gonna open dispensary one.
Well,
he ain't gonna stand up for one thing.
We've got 4 of them
Shummy is
now.
a wimp. What do you mean? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Tell me. He's gonna do nothing.
Exactly, and it's better than...
And nothing will get better.
No.
And there are going to be no dispensaries. There's going to be no advancement in the law enforcement. It's going to be more evil to us than ever.
It's going to take a while for the wind to drift here from Colorado, but it's coming. We've got 4 dispensaries now in state, and they've
Brattleboro, and
Burlington, Montpelier, and what's the other one? I can't remember. But anyways,
Rutland.
Yeah, Rutland. Yeah, talk about drunk cops. Yeah, Screwport. Yeah, we don't want one in Newport. We got a mayor who ran unopposed and got busted for driving under, but he don't want any dispensaries. Oh, no.
No, someone wants to raise minimum wage. That's going to get him done.
Yeah, well, hey, inflation's gone up. If the minimum wage had risen with inflation and productivity, it'd be about $25 an hour now. And guess what? Finally, they're going to free the weed for veterans, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is right here. The first time ever. And you know who they're waiting on? Of course, the DEA. This is from Tuesday, March 18th, 2014. Yeah. We're going to open NC Bio last year. Marijuana study in veterans wins federal backing. The federal government signed off on a long-delayed study looking at weed as treatment for PTSD, development that researchers are hailing as a major shift in U.S. policy. That's how you got to get it into the door. I mean, it's 1,000 times better than any pills they're going to give you for head problems, And a lot of people have known that for the past 40 friggin' years.
4,000 years.
Yeah, really. Well, yeah, here it's been illegal for 75. A proposal from the University of Arizona was long ago cleared by the FDA, but researchers have been unable to get the NIDA's approval to purchase the stuff from the NIDA. The agency's Mississippi research farm is the only federally sanctioned source of the drug. Now, come on, you're in Arizona. You could just stop the mule train coming over. It's like 20 mule team borax coming over the border. It's insane. In a letter last week, Health and Human Services cleared the purchase of medical weed by the study's chief financial backer, the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. Where's Tim Leary when you need him, huh?
He's dead.
Yeah.
He didn't know much. We taught him everything he knew.
Which supports medical research and the legalization of weed and other drugs. Because this whole war on drugs has been such a great boondoggle for this country's law enforcement agencies.
Yeah. A real cash cow.
Yeah, just like the last prohibition. MAPS has been working for over 22 years to start weed development research. First time we've been granted permission to buy weed from the NIDA, said the Boston-based group in a statement. The feds have never before approved medical research involving smoked or vaporized weed, according to MAPS. A spokesman for the group said organizers have called off a protest over the stalled study that was planned for later this year. While more than 1 million Americans currently take medical weed, usually for chronic pain, rigorous medical research has been limited due to federal restrictions. Marijuana remains Schedule 1, and it's not marijuana, it's cannabis, okay? Let's call it by its old English name. It's Schedule 1. It means the drug is considered a high risk for abuse with no accepted medical applications. Unbelievable. In the past, NIDA has focused its research on the risks of drug abuse and addiction, turning away researchers interested in studying the benefits of illegal substances, unless it's a drug company, and then, if it's a drug company, we'll give them a patent. That's okay. That's different because, we might make money off it, it's different. But anyways, even with the green light from HHS and the NIDA and the University of Arizona, they still need approval from the DEA, which stands for Drugs Entering America, and they're making the ching, though they expect the clearance to come more quickly. Sicily's study will measure the effects of 5 different potencies of smoked or vaped weed in treating symptoms of PTSD in 50 veterans. The VA estimates between 11 and 20% of soldiers who served in the recent Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Oh, you mean the GWAT, the global war on turbans?
We don't wear turbans in Afghanistan.
Yeah, well, some of them do.
Or Iraq.
In an eastern one, not in Iraq, no. Flashbacks, depression.
Those other kind of hats.
Yeah, the PACL hats. But I got a picture of a Sikh in here wearing one. Anyways, the VA, let's see, about 7.7, PTSD, which can cause anxiety, flashbacks, depression, and sleep deprivation. Sounds like getting old to me, Andy.
I have PTSD.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm professional.
What's it stand for?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
There you go. About 7.7 million Americans are estimated to have the disorder. Physicians have long speculated that weed could be used to calm parts of the brain linked to overstimulation and anxiety. Oh, you think? Oh, it's taken us 70 years
Acid would
to
be a
figure
lot
that one.
better. They should give us a bunch of Owsley.
Yeah. Oh, man.
20,000 mics a week. That would be a good level.
Oh, damn. At least give dying people the option of having hallucinogens. Yeah, and then
That's my idea from months ago.
Yeah, and then we'll get it for out of their medicine cabinets. And let's see.
Owsley is great.
Yeah, the American Medical Association has called for a change in weeds classification to make it easier for research to be conducted. These same AMA people, they didn't even want the stuff to go illegal in 1937. But, they did it anyways. They called it a treasure trove back then. I mean, back when chemistry was still in its synthetic infancy. Unbelievable. And speaking of which, Attorney General Dick Holder endorses changes to drug sentencing. Oh, really? Half of all our inmates are in for drugs? We've got the highest number of people in prison on the planet? Oh, you think we got a problem, Houston? In a country where nearly half of all federal inmates are serving time for drug crimes, the harshest penalties should be reserved for violent defendants and criminals with long rap sheets. Holder directed prosecutors to stop charging many nonviolent drug offenses with offenders that carry mandatory minimums. Yeah, that's another Reagan-era thing that worked out real good. And to allow the release of elderly nonviolent offenders. We've got more people in jail than the old folks' home. Come on. Reduced by 11 months, the average sentence, 66,550 inmates at the end of the 5th year. The proposal would affect about 70% of drug trafficking offenders.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, well, you know what's going to happen here, Andy, don't you?
Nah, I have no idea.
Well, we're going to offer treatment to Whitey, but we're going to jail Blackie. Because
that's old news.
That's what they do, man. It's true. Again, from today's paper, Wednesday, March 19th. You know, oh, we're just figuring out here, Donovan. Yeah, oh yeah. The old system's broken. It costs too much to house people. It costs, what the heck is it? $1,000 a week to go in the joint, yet diversion costs $136.
Cool.
No, we're going to give money to the private prison industry. And, but more than 80% of successful participants in those programs were conviction-free a year later, said the Vermont Center for Justice Research. I wonder if they're a 501c3 grant-sucking chair-warmer agency. I would think that would be a yes. Oh, and here locally, they're filing new charges against this guy. You know, this guy was on the roof with a rifle.
Oh, him.
He didn't shoot anybody.
No. He lives in Newport.
He's scared a lot of
He lives in Newport and he's surly.
Well, you know what? I'm going up on I'm going to go up on my roof with my rifle and just scope things out.
If you were to go up on your roof with your rifle, you'd be done because they would rush to shoot the shit out of you. We all know that.
You think?
I think, oh yeah, it happened. The mayor would be there with his shotgun. Doris would be there with a couple of revolvers taking pops at you.
Oh man.
Yeah, they'd have deputized half the kingdom to go get you.
Yeah, it's like, anyways, he felt he was being surrounded by hundreds of non-existent police officers. No, they're shapeshifters. You just can't see them so good, Andy.
Star Trek taught a lot of people stuff.
He retreated to his garage roof with a rifle and held a number of state and federal laws at bay for 4 hours. He didn't hold them at bay. They didn't even have to be there. If you guys would have gone home, he would have crawled down off the roof when he got cold. It gets cold at night in September, you dumb pigs.
Just tell his girlfriend to beat his ass.
Oh, man. Oh, look at this, Andy. The Career Center features an indoor walking trail. Because you never actually want to go outside and actually experience the weather, would you?
It's too muddy.
Yeah, it's too muddy.
It's too cold.
And there's bugs and, ooh, you know, and...
you might bump into a Mexican or a cow.
In that order?
Or a bear. That order.
In that order.
Hanging out together.
And speaking of which, the Mexicans, they asked the pigs, thanks, Fatty.
Like Charlotte's Web? Talking pigs?
Yeah, they asked the pigs to come up with numbers to show that they're doing bias-free policing, and the pigs gave them the old freedom and unity.
What, told them to unite freedomly?
Yeah, no, F you. Yeah, let's see. L'Esperance did say that state police...
How would you CHU?
Yeah, it's Border Patrol officials often responding to the same incidents. Migrante Justice said Border Patrol agents did not arrive until after the Sheriff's Department had called them. The chairman of the committee, Bill Lippert, Democrat of Heineberg, expressed frustration that Vermont's disparate law enforcement agencies make it difficult to track how well police in the state are responding to the requirements set in law by the legislature. That's the thing. You pass all the laws you want. They don't keep statistics. They've got computers that have every suspect's height, weight, record, everything. And yet when you drag their lame police asses down to the State House and ask them for a few numbers,
$20.
Well, we don't know anything. Yeah, it's going to cost you for the records.
$20 for a record.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You might have something on the
Yet
paper.
they can all unite when they want to bitch about Shummy's little, his weed proclivities. Oh, yeah. So anyways, get this. He says...
Oh, they're all corrupt. They make money.
Yeah. They're making a lot of money, just like in the old one,
There are no drug dealers. There's only one side to this.
I have an old book here from a local author. Yeah, there it is, right there. Rum Runners and Revenues. Buy it now. And that showed all these people gladly breaking the law, and making tons of money off running booths across the border. Yet we're supposed to believe that that's not happening now with heroin, cocaine, or weed or anything else. Yet we could see the flights coming in, following the damn pipeline, Andy. They were kicking bales of weed out of the planes on Collins Mill Road. Oh! Every time, by the time the cops
Collins Mill Road.
By the time the cops got there,
it's going to be a tourist attraction.
They were gone.
Yeah, you some binoculars and a flatbed truck.
Is there anybody who can tell me, Lippert said, has every law enforcement department in the state of Vermont adopted the policy that we set in place? That I don't know, said Ed Miller, a lobbyist for the Vermont Police Association. Well, that's just it, Lippert replied. Yeah. The Vermont Police Association. Lobbyists. How many lobbyists do we need in this damn state?
4 or 5.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're a dog catcher. That's why I don't like you.
Yeah, you don't like dog catchers. And
Free my people.
here's one from Tuesday, March 18th. Man went on an out-of-state drug shopping spree, Andy.
My dog is a great judge of character. What?
Yeah, drunk's good, judge bad. This guy...
He's paid to deal with dogs, too, right?
Oh, yeah. This guy named Clint Fournier Newark supposedly had 64 grams of heroin and 86 grams of coke in a bag in his console at St. J on a Friday night. It was a passenger in a car stopped by the Vermont shit-faced police in St. Johnsbury Village. It was clear to the arresting personnel that he had a significant drug habit. He admitted possessing the heroin and cocaine with plans to distribute the drugs. Yeah, they're mine and I'm going to sell them.
That's
so
clever.
What?
That's the way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Don't lie to them. Just say, yeah, that's mine.
When you have to, I
want it all.
What did Miranda die for? You know, I mean, come on.
Die.
You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say will be used against you. Miranda's still alive?
He didn't die in that incident. He didn't get it read his rights.
I know, but he can't be still alive, man. He got busted in what, 62?
He didn't get killed in the incident, though.
No, but he died for our rights to remain silent.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Kate Winslet, star on Hollywood Walk of Fame, number 2520.
There's 2,500 stars on that walk?
2,520, yes, indeed.
Damn,
Vine
man.
Street, Hollywood Boulevard, probably Gower and a couple other streets.
Last time I was out there, I think I'd been to every one. There was probably about 1,500.
Yeah?
Yeah, I haven't been out there in a long time.
1,000 more now.
Yeah, my mother wanted to see Hollywood, right, Andy?
Well, disappointment that must have been.
My mother said, I want to see Hollywood. There are
Nothing to see.
Hey, we got some tranny coming out of an alley. It's all like, hey, lady.
There you go.
I'm there. Keep going, Ma. Don't talk to him.
Tallulah Bankhead.
Yeah, she's there. Well, what's she want? I'm there. It's not a she. I don't know what it wants, but nothing good is going to come out of this. I just keep moving. That's all there is to it. Keep moving. Move along. Move along.
The dog whisperer.
And look at this, Andy. Vermont's not the only ones with green rivers, it seems.
No, Boston.
Yeah, well, Boston, Chicago, and... What is going on, Ben? That's enough!
Making my dog mad.
Yeah, it's the rivers are green, just like Vermont. You know, we got the green mountains, we got the green rivers, and the green algae blooms. We got a couple of Chucks drinking beer in Vilnius, Latvia, or whatever.
Cool.
Lithuania. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, here we are. Less jail for the doctor tied to the Osama hunt, you know, because they didn't put that in that CIA movie about getting the DNA before they went to grab him, did they?
Well, because it wasn't him.
Well, it was his grandkids, his kids' DNA. Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Dr. Afridi is widely believed to have been targeted by the Paki authorities because of allegations he ran a vaccine program to collect DNA and verify bin Laden's presence in Abbottabad, although his conviction wasn't related to that accusation. Dr. Afridi has denied helping the CIA, but U.S. lawmakers have confirmed he had a role in the hunt for bin Laden. Okay.
Boy.
Oy,
Lots of fairy tales there, bumping into each other.
Well, you know, if they're gonna blow up somebody in the downtown Abbottabad, man, I think they'd want to get it right, you know.
He was a student. The guy had been dead since 2002.
Yeah, you're looking for dead guys in caves.
They knew he was dead, and they picked him as the culprit.
Yeah, it's funny how we never saw his body, did we?
Dying.
Not even a picture of it.
He was given 2 weeks to live when they decided to make him the scapegoat.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He outlived his expectations.
A rump for the Saudi royal family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
do.
Patty. Oops. All right, here we are. Yeah, here we are. Connecticut. Nice arsenal, Chuck. Chuck? Hey, Chuck.
What?
He's dead. Yeah, this is from Monday, March 17th. For Sharon, Connecticut, authorities have removed a stockpile of military firearms, including grenades and a flamethrower, thousands of rounds of ammo.
Oh, a typical American.
Yeah, in George Lanning's house after a friend found him dead on March 8th. The 59-year-old Lanning died of unspecified natural causes days earlier.
Hauling heavy artillery around.
Natural causes at 59? I'll bet he ate fast food and drank booze, Andy.
Wow. Who knows?
Members of the state police, emergency service, the FBI, a team of Air Force explosive ordnance disposal technicians from Westover and Chicopee cataloged items, including a 20-millimeter anti-tank gun on skis, to AR-15s, grenade, bombs, flamethrower. The item was removed by truck. He was described as a recluse who shared his home with his father, Harry, who died at 94 in 05. Harry had served as a Lieutenant JG or whatever in the Navy during WW2. You could hear what sounded like target practice noises, said Sherman Palmer, a neighbor. I'm glad they found what was there and took it away. What, are you kidding me? I wished I'd found it before the piggies did. It's nice to have some anti-tank weapons.
Always.
Yeah. And grenades, they're always a crowd pleaser. Landing amassed the firearms and ammunition. They're wondering how he amassed this stuff, and if he had registered the semi-automatic guns as required by Connecticut's new gun laws.
I'll take a wild guess and say no.
Yeah. After that shoot 'em up at Newtown, where they planted that kid's ass in the scene or whatever. Oh man, nobody believes that fairy tale. Oh, and speaking of which, you know the Portland pipeline, Andy?
Yeah, what about it?
Well,
it's all better now?
Yeah, they want to run crude through it, right?
No, they want to run dilbit through it.
Yeah, there you
crude
go.
through it now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Well, actually, they were running heating oil up from the refinery, and so these anti-sludge people, right? They went and they looked up the records. Down in New Hampshire or something, Gorham, New Hampshire. Well, they disputed their tax assessment in Gorham, New Hampshire, and they said the 18-inch pipeline that was built in 1950 is 4 years beyond its retirement age. So they're saying, well, wait a minute, we didn't mean retire. We only said it was near its retirement age when we want a tax break. When we want to pump liquid crap through it, it's good to go for another 100 years. They actually never wear out, Andy.
Yep, it's true.
Come on. What, are you kidding me? Stuff wears out. It's the way of the world, The 24-inch pipeline that runs alongside the smaller one
on my lead.
was built in 1965, so it has more than a decade of use left. Owners of the pipeline had agreed with the Fed's 60-year projected lifespan for the case in the 1990s that disputed the tax assessment. A pipeline spokesman accused the environmental group of deliberately using technical property appraisal terms out of context, all in a ploy to scare the public, Andy.
Oh, I'm scared. It worked.
Yeah. So, you're too old to live and too pretty to die. I mean, what the hell? When they said it's near its retirement age, what does that mean? It means it's near its retirement age. You look at people who've done plumbing, okay? I've gone into houses with 100-year-old pipes, and you know what? They wear out. This is what pipes do. Even water, as fluid as it is, has particulates in it that are abrading by nature. Modern pipelines, unlike older cast iron pipelines, can be operated indefinitely if properly maintained and inspected, according to the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration. The U.S. DOT regulations do not set a lifespan limit on any pipeline. As long as it's properly maintained and meets all its safety, it can continue in use, which is part of the DOT. Well, here's the thing, boys and girls, okay? If you look up Greg Palast's website, they run these things through the pipelines called pigs, right, Andy? And now they're all computerized pigs. And the pigs will actually use sonar and other ultrasound to check for cracks and stuff like that. Well, the pig is only as good as the person reading the software, okay? And what they've done is they've modified the software. A whistleblower actually came out and told Greg Palast this and documented it, that the people who operate the pipelines along with the oil companies have screwed with the data and screwed with the pigs to get good readings, because they're never going to say there's a problem with the pipeline until the thing pops. Unbelievable. Oh, you know what we're finally getting in Vermont, Andy? Finally?
What?
Finally. A mosque.
Cool. I've been waiting on one of those.
I've been waiting all my life for a mosque in Vermont. So look at this, Andy. I mean, how can you can't use work boots in them when you're working on a mosque?
I wouldn't know.
I don't know either. I mean, there's all the shoes. Once it's blessed or whatever, you can't use your shoes anymore.
They're blessed after drywall.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the imam, Imam Islam Hassan of the Islamic Society, and you can see the guy right there near my finger. He's got a lovely beard, and I kind of like that Egyptian look there with the checkered kafia. You know, it's
sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's a good look. You know, if you wanna get stopped every time you go to the airport, right? Oh man. Here we are. General drops sexual assault charges. Remember, it's pronounced Blomé. It's not Blomy. It's
I have
General.
no idea what that means. What is that from? His name is Sinclair, right?
Well, it's his maiden name. I don't know. I mean, it's Sinclair. I think I heard it was Blomé, though.
From where?
I think it was Democracy Now! Yeah, so anyways, he's going to plead guilty to adultery, and they're going to drop him a couple ranks, and he's going to get, what do you call it?
What about the Ukraine?
He doesn't care about
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares about the damn Ukraine?
Yeah.
They voted to go with Russia. I mean, that's more than we got a vote out of Afghanistan or a vote before we raided Iraq. It's insane.
The only reason that the West is making any noise at all is because they feel they have to.
Oh, yeah. Well, they just put in settlers,
There's nothing going to happen with that.
Only Israel can have settlers on somebody else's land.
The only people who really lose are the Tartars.
The Tartars got their asses booted out years ago for being Muslim.
Yeah, and now they're still there. And believe it or not, they were marking X's on the doors of Tartar residents, as they did back in whatever it was, for removal.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Well, yeah. I mean, hey, if Israel can do it, anybody
You
can.
think something's going to happen over there?
No, and who gives a shit?
There was a small skirmish yesterday, I think.
One guy died.
Well, why do we care?
Because there's nothing else to watch.
There you go.
We have this, Pistorius, or
How about the slow melt?
the plane.
At Fukushima.
Pistorius is so guilty. He is so unbelievably guilty.
RT News.
I don't even know why they're even having a trial.
Yeah, they.
RT and Al Jazeera, they've got it. RT News finally said it the way it is.
Well,
Both points of view in Crimea, and I finally understand it.
who gives a shit? The Ukraine is the third largest producer of wheat, and that's where their dough comes from. Otherwise, they're broke. They're broke, and they gave up their nukes. That's what happens.
They're relying on gas from Russia.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
A year or two ago, Russia held a little embargo.
Yeah.
Gas against the Ukraine.
They all froze. You know what? I got relatives over there, okay? I've got an uncle and Aunt Gina and my cousin Tolek and all their other families, and I could give a sweet shit, about what goes on over there.
It's not weed.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with
I'm
us.
waiting for them to blame it on marijuana.
It is.
Yeah.
It's weed's fault.
Marijuana. That's
Weed.
What They started smoking pot. They got into a frenzy, and now
Mick
we've
Jagger.
got toppled governments.
Mick
Anyways,
Jagger.
looking. They found. Get this. They found more evidence of the Big Bang Theory, Andy.
Yeah, the gravity waves.
Hey.
Gravity waves.
In a landmark achievement, scientists have found that ripples in the weave of the universe are to provide the first direct evidence that the universe underwent a massive and incomprehensibly fast growth spurt in its earliest infancy.
Faster than the speed of light.
Though Einstein predicted gravitational waves, he thought that they might not be detectable. The existence was in some doubt. Outside scientists' early reaction included some skepticism, but amazement and admiration. And this is huge news, said Dominique Aubert, the astronomer at the University of Strasbourg. The new research provides a glimpse into the universe just after the Big Bang, a fraction of a second old and smaller than the period of at the end of this sentence. To explain how the universe evolved from that state to the form it has today, they just did call it inflation, when space expanded violently and exponentially in the merest sliver of a second. The process should have created gravitational waves which squeeze and deform space. The process leaves a stamp on the earliest light in the universe, which now pervades the cosmos as a faint glow invisible to the naked eye, called the cosmic microwave background.
Wow.
The scientists have long realized that a close study of the microwaves would turn up evidence for the gravity waves if they exist. But anyways, they found it through a thing called the Bicep 2 telescope, which is a collaboration from across the planet. The telescope detected a telltale curl in the ancient microwaves. Who would have figured microwaves have curls in them, man? What are they, like Shirley Temple? What the hell?
From the South Pole.
Nothing's really straight.
Yeah, I guess so.
Straight's like a theory.
A pattern that's a fingerprint of the gravitational waves. The finding should boost the fortunes of the inflation theory, which some astrophysicists have dismissed as inadequate, as long as the data are borne out. The scientists behind the new results say that their data, which they're submitting to a scientific journal, is strong enough to hold up the scrutiny.
How many other theories were there other than the Big Bang? Other than that, all I know is steady state.
Yeah, well.
Which basically means everything always is and always was.
Yeah. This has been ongoing. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack, said Clem Pryke of the University of Minnesota, but instead we found a crowbar.
Cool.
Well, yeah.
That is great stuff. You know, you can't say much about that except, wow, that is incredible stuff.
Speaking of crowbars,
Physics is always
Who
fun.
knows where that might take us?
you know where, you know how they separate the men from the boys in Greece?
No.
With a crowbar.
What does exactly that mean?
Yeah, here we are.
What does it mean?
I don't
They
know.
take the crowbar to their head and
Yeah.
they survive, they live.
Oh yeah, get this. These people had complained for weeks about a strong gas odor, Andy. Complained for weeks.
Where?
Yeah,
And, yeah.
New York City.
A gas
That doesn't ring. That makes no sense at all.
on Wednesday, killing at least 3 people, injured more than 60, left 9 missing. A tenant said residents have complained repeatedly in recent weeks about an unbearable gas smells.
Dude, on the major news network, 6 o'clock, they barely mentioned it. That one day and the day after, and that was it. All they talked about now is that airplane.
Well, see, if it's a terrorist with a towel on his head, they're going to scream bloody murder. But if it's a terrorist in a suit that works for the gas company, that's a different story now, isn't it?
Even if it is a terrorist.
It was Park Ave on 116th, not far from the edge of Central Park, 9:30 a.m., 15 minutes after a resident reported smelling gas. The Con Edison said they had sent workers to check it out, but they didn't arrive until it was too late.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. We've got the Navy. The Navy shit-canned another 151 sailors serving as sexual assault counselors, instructors, and recruiters. Most of them lacked the proper training and had positions of trust.
Everybody knows how to sexually assault in the Navy.
It's comical.
They don't need to be trained how. I think they know how.
With the defense that they come up with, it's ridiculous.
And here we are, too. Back to Israel.
Just what Andy was saying.
The
Ridiculous.
Do you mind? We're taping. We're taping, dude.
I think he's good.
Yeah, I'm a member of the public putting in his view. Thank you.
Yeah,
it's
remember
our
the
audience.
Alamo.
Our audience is here with us.
The Israeli parliament on Wednesday voted to begin drafting large numbers of the ultra-Orthodox men into the military, moving to end a contentious system that enraged many secular Israelis by allowing young seminary students to evade army service. The legislation sought to resolve the issue with a heated culture war in Israel. Instead, it only widened the rift, drawing criticism from both sides. It also could shake Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's long-standing alliance with the religious political parties. Around Israel's establishment in 1948, the government allowed 700 gifted students to pursue religious studies. The number of exemptions has grown over the years, with thousands of young religious men evading the draft.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, draft evasion? Well, you know.
Why force religious men who don't want to fight to carry a gun anyway?
Well, yeah, I mean, it goes back to our founding. Look at Alvin York, Andy. The guy got a Medal of Honor for crying out loud in World War I. He actually sought a conscientious objector status, and they sent him over there anyways. And the only reason he said that he shot all these Germans and took them prisoners because they were shooting at his friends.
Yep.
And here we go. It looks like there's a fight amongst the overlords of darkness, Andy. Yeah.
What now?
Well, you know, the snatch and torture thing. This is what it all boils down to, is they're coming up with reports about that rendition program, and they don't want it on the record
they're
that
finally getting mad at Bush. How awesome.
That they're war criminals, okay? And you know, my dad was an MP at the Nuremberg trials. You don't do this. Even
Don't do what?
Torture people.
Yeah, you do.
Even the Israelis gave up on torture.
No, they didn't. Everybody tortures all the time. It saved us from destroying Syria.
Oh, well, man, Syria, what are you kidding me? There's another joke.
We tortured the hell to stop Obama from bombing them.
Well,
we engaged in severe torture in a really fast pace. We sledgehammered guys' heads open.
Every black
Every
site.
2 seconds until we got the answers we needed. Torture works.
Every black site we've had has now erupted in turmoil. Syria, Egypt, Libya.
Every black site, South America, Central America, all of Europe,
Tunisia,
all of Asia.
No, just
we have hundreds of black sites. Hundreds.
But just the ones that they found through the plane.
So, yeah,
the plane
every once in a while they
manifest.
turn one out or throw someone under the bus just to, get the dogs off their tail.
And it didn't work because we didn't get squat.
Well, the
What'd we
CIA
get?
is immensely successful. They're the most successful organization on earth. They're richer than anybody.
They don't do dick, and they've been
just
stepping
made
on their own
$500 billion
dicks.
last Monday.
Prove it.
Prove the CIA is a success.
Yeah.
Okay.
It isn't. I mean, they didn't know the Soviet Union was going to collapse.
And the sky isn't blue, and there's no God, or there is a God, whatever. You can't prove people who don't want to be dealt with.
Yeah, because they answer to no one, and they prove no one, and they just make money running drugs.
Obama saves the world? Who saves the world from Obama? They do.
Who's going to save us from the radiation, man? They're just coming out with...
If anybody will, it'll be the CIA. It won't be any,
Well, if it's coming from a nuke plant in Japan, man, what are you kidding me?
Who do you think's assigning anybody to get anybody over there?
Nobody's doing dick. They've had 2 years.
Who's got the robots? Who's got the big money working under the radar?
They're just now coming out with the stuff about the USS Lincoln, because the guys, the people who were on board the Lincoln, their hair and teeth are falling out.
What's the Lincoln about?
When the Lincoln went over there to help them after the tsunami, and they anchored offshore, and the sailors ingested all this radioactive seawater and breathed in all this radioactive air, and the Navy tried to deny it.
Duty.
Yeah, well, they don't even get hazardous duty pay, Andy. They're shit canning them, sending them down the road, talking to their lunch bucket. And so anyways, look at this. This Malaysian guy, they're grasping at straws with this missing plane thing, right?
Why? Where is it?
We don't know.
Where do you think it is?
Yeah, we don't know where it is. But they're going after the pilot because he had close ties with the opposition leader who had been fighting a sodomy charge. Now, if you're running for president, someone files a sodomy charge right before the election, what do you think's going to happen?
I don't know.
I don't think you'd get elected. Oh, and get this. Holder singles out the opiate effect video, Andy.
What?
Yeah. Well, get this. You know, this couldn't show some cronyism here in Vermont, right, Andy?
Opiate effect video.
Yeah, the video, paid for by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Vermont, that would be Tristan Coffin III, includes interviews with junkies and, you know, and fatal fatality parents and stuff like that. So the video was paid for by our tax money, and guess who did the video? Green River Productions and Derek Hallquist. Now, why does that name sound familiar, Andy?
I don't know. You must know him.
Yeah, well, because it couldn't be the same guy whose father is the head of the power company in Johnson, is it?
Is it?
Who lives on the Green River? President of Green River Productions? Yeah, I don't know, Patty. What do you think?
So what are you going after here?
Well, I'm going with the fact that, you know, it's a nonstop daisy chain of glad-handing, you know,
Yeah, we
cronies.
need to get rid of rich white people. They suck.
That's about
Time
it, yeah.
for Whitey to go. We all know this. Been time for Whitey to go. You don't want to go easy, though, because he has too much money.
Yeah, well, all your money is just either paper or ones and zeros in a computer thing, in a computer memory. Yeah, well, it seems the state police, you know, they don't want to have a statewide policy on stun guns either.
They don't want a policy?
Yeah, they changed the wording. Get this. Electronic control devices shall be limited to the same lethal force justification, right? They changed it to say it may be used. That they may use the devices in response to actively resistant subject. And anybody who knows the law in this state knows the difference between shall and may is like this much. Because, you know, that's the way it is. If it says shall, it means you have to. If it says may, it doesn't mean dick. Yeah, look at this guy, Andy. He looks like a sausage in a suit. You gotta see this, fatty. Yeah, they got rid of the black person, and they're gonna hire a white guy from Harwich and to take their place.
So, yeah, he's a masshole.
Yeah.
No good can come from that.
Well, like I said, half the people in Massachusetts weren't even born there. Just like San Diego. Yeah, Patty, there he is, right there. He's a sausage in a suit, I think. Yep. Bursting at the seams, all white and shiny and everything.
Middle school.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is, do you?
It's Burlington.
Oh.
$101,000 to head to school, yep. And the preachers were all up freaking out. Teachers, not preachers, excuse me. Only one person of color applied for the post, and that applicant never got past the first round, according to Nikki Fuller.
Was he knocked out?
The directory, I don't know.
TKO.
Yeah, by Whitey, right? I don't think so. Oh, and here we are, too. The ban on transgender troops faces scrutiny.
We need more transgender troops, you know?
Yeah.
We need them when the enemy pulls down their trousers and just be aghast at what they see down there.
Wait, I can't shoot until I've had my hormones. They got 230 of these people. The surgery costs
Awesome.
$30,000
They want to be in
apiece.
the Army and still chop off their stuff.
Yeah.
Or sew some back on.
Yeah, they want us
Rock
to pay
and roll.
for it.
Why not? Why the hell
I mean,
not?
they're used to doing that at the VA, right, Andy?
Yeah, they know how.
An independent commission estimated that 230 transgender active and reserve service members a year would seek transition-related surgery at an average cost of $30,000 per addictomy.
You know? Addictomy or take a dick off of me?
Yeah, I don't know what you call the other one, Andy. We'll have to think on that one.
Looking for the man in the rowboat?
Yeah, come on.
they didn't do anything this week.
Yes, he did.
He didn't.
He saved millions in the Dirty Wars. Thanks, Fatty.
Dirty what?
The Dirty Wars.
What dirty wars?
Yeah, the ones they had in Argentina where they were throwing people out at shoppers.
Oh, he saved many? That's his new thing? I admonish people to not die as they were being dragged into an unmarked car late at night?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Max, stop
Hey
it.
there. That's not good.
Yeah, don't go there. Don't go there.
He used back channels. Well, you really can't see what I did because I was really undercover.
Yeah.
I am the hero of mankind.
I'm the Popey.
I'm Spider-Man. I just wear a cloak.
And here it is. The end of the empire, Andy. That's right.
What is it now?
48 layoffs. The schools are over.
Where? IBM?
At Burlington. Get this.
Burlington. Just give it to New York.
They're cutting 48 teaching positions.
Ooh.
And
the kids will learn nothing now.
yeah. And here's the layoff notices. Judy Cadwallader-Staub, the grants director, the food service director, the co-director of property services, the director of diversity, equity, and employee relations.
Cool. That's a title.
The co-director of property services, the director of technology and infrastructure,
Cool. Need one of those.
curriculum director, equity director,
What's that do?
and director of English language learning.
Okay, then so the Mexicans have a hope.
Man, oh man, it's nuts. It's like, how many directors do we need in the building? We've
Well,
got
they're laying them all off,
co-directors,
so obviously none of them.
assistant directors, director to the director. You know, it's just insane, man. It's just insane. You can't make this stuff up. And here it is, finally. Finally, the papers coming to the realization that we're all getting radiated over here.
We are.
Well, yeah, the plumes. I mean, for 2 years, they've done nothing,
3
Andy.
years.
3 years. Yeah, you're right. My math is bad. Thank God I've got Andy here to keep me on track. And look at this. First number Stratocaster's going for $250,000.
They ain't worth $300. The bridges suck. They do.
I always like Gibsons myself, but
Look at,
I'm not.
Jeff Beck's Strat. It has more Australian parts on it than it does anything else.
I'm not 1/8 millionth a guitar player that Andy is.
Clapton's Blackie.
Yeah, here it is. Here it is, the anniversary of Brianna Maitland, right? You know,
Dylan Strat.
She's been gone for 10 years now, man. 10 years. They found her car. She left work one night, never showed up. Oh, and their concerns about the Navy Yard shooter were never reported, Andy. Go figure. Twice in one paper. We got to look for, before he gunned down 12 civilian workers. He told the Navy the company told the Navy about problems, but, well, the company didn't do anything, and the Navy didn't do anything. So he shot up 12 people, and, it's okay. It's okay, yeah. Oh, and they're auctioning off the ticket to the 1867 baseball convention where they institutionalized racism and said that black people can't play in the National Association of Baseball Players. They don't estimate how much
Blacks
it's going to
will
bring.
play in professional ball someday.
Yeah, even in South Africa.
Someday.
And where's Governor Shumlin, Andy?
Down in South America.
Petey, that's right. He's on his, and the Republicans are squawking because he's got property.
Somebody's yacht.
He's got property, yeah. Well, we know the guy who's actually helping him.
That's not true.
He's loading the blow onto Kerry's yacht as we speak.
001. Okay, that's 100. Okay, that is true. 0001 is red. And David Gilmour of Pink Floyd owns it.
Really?
Yeah.
That I did not know.
Well, that's what Pink Floyd do with their millions. The drummer built the biggest drum collection in Britain.
Well, screw the rest of the news. Anyways, once again, you wasted a perfectly good hour of your life watching this a stupid show. And we don't have Dog Boy here anymore either.
That's too bad. He was fun.
He's left the building.
He cares about stuff.
He's having fun. At least he pays attention,
Somewhat.
So hopefully, until next week, I'd get down on your knees, head east, head west, pick a god, any god, Odin, Akbar,
CIA.
Allahu Akbar. Yeah, the CIA.
There is no the in front
Allahu
of CIA.
Akbar. Oh yeah, it's like the Ukraine. Allahu Akbar. Oh man.
it takes all that long. Come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all that long. The evening sun is sinking low. The clock on the wall says it's time to go. But I got my plans and I got plans for you. I'll tell you exactly what we're all gonna do. Get in the groove and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. Come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. Listen, might be 12 o'clock and it might be 3. Time doesn't mean that much to me. Been fed this last I